Are we live? Are we live?
Yeah, we're good. Looks like we're put this down. Nice.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? Can you see
You stay
me?
there, and you tell me when everything is kind of in the center. There's a wrinkle in the carpet.
Uh-oh.
Trip hazard.
There's a wrinkle in my boots.
Oh, I like this one.
Alright, turn that left like 5 degrees.
This one?
There you go.
And then everything else is good-ish?
Yeah, I mean, you can turn that other stuff so that it's kind of like, see the point of the table going straight?
Yeah.
So that it's,
I guess we don't really need it, like, straight aligned, but at least, like, so you can see that stuff. That's pretty much
Hey, start out with an ad. I don't want to start out with an ad. 30 freaking second ad.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's episode of the Dropship Plays. And the board game we're going to be playing is Unsettled. Yes. New first time for us, and the setup took quite a while, so we'll see how she goes.
Alright. So the idea behind this game is somehow nested in here. So Unsettled is a core structure that will be the same each time you play, in a series of planet packs offer unique twists and variations. Each planet is a different version of the game. No overarching campaign. Each plays an isolated standalone experience, and each planet may be played repeatedly. Unsettled games. What is the game? Explain that.
I just lost it.
Unsettled.
Hard cheesy.
Unsettled is a series of survival puzzles set in the bizarre and wondrous depths of the cosmos. Each play represents a crew's visit to a strange world with its own environment, special rules, and challenges to overcome. It is a collaborative experience, all players working against the game, where you succeed, continue living, or fail the other thing together. I wonder what the other thing is.
We live or die together, is that basically?
Oh, yeah, die. That would be...
That would be the other, yeah.
That makes sense, I guess.
Live or...
Okay, the goal for Unsettled is to create an experience that goes beyond putting everyone on the same team, one that requires active involvement in each other's turns, in consideration of what it means to truly work together. So we are fucked.
Game over.
It's good they were such great friends.
We got the setup down, so there's some of this and some of that, and we got...
Oh, what are those?
People. I'm yellow.
Yellow is just the layman's green.
I'm lavender.
Lavender.
I'm fuchsia.
You're more of a...
I know.
Yeah.
I was gonna say blaze orange.
Orange.
Ooh, questionable orange. Indeed.
Once you perform the standard setup, it is time to get decidedly non-standard by reviewing your chosen planet's travel log. And we today have chosen, according to the game, Winora. Shake, 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 Winora.
Oh, so it's one box per planet?
Yes, I actually have 4 other planets at my house that I didn't bring, because I don't give these options of choice.
It's in the solar system of Kyle.
No, the game was like, hey, for your first time, play the planet that we want you to play, so we can tell you how to do it. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. Given the amount of setup and complexity to this game, it would be probably good to do what they tell us to do the first time. So I read aloud the narrative introduction from the front cover. Travelogue 001. Planet Winora.
Winora.
Winora. Icky, sticky, beautiful.
Yeah, that sounds right.
planet Wienerville. When we left Earth in search of bizarre and wondrous new worlds, this is exactly what we imagined. The circumstances are a bit more catastrophically on the verge of death than anticipated. But on the face of uncertainty is the essence of exploration. Strange, gargantuan fungal formations tower above us, swarming with alien creatures, and dripping with bright liquids. It's real drippy. Surfaces are covered in mysterious powdery substance.
Moist and dripping.
Moist,
Powder.
dripping, powdery, a little bit itchy. The air is thick, almost gelatinous, and there's an uncomfortable abundance of toxic-looking tendrils and suction cups. You couldn't be more alien. Took almost an hour of low orbit scanning just to find a place to land. It's so dense with the fungal vegetation. With a world this full, it's impossible to imagine we won't find the things we need to survive. Whether those things kill us is another question entirely. Let's go touch stuff.
Yeah.
Can we just pull out of this one?
Let's back out. Let's do the easiest one. This is the easy planet.
Suction cups?
Yeah.
Let's give the moon another shot.
Right. We overestimate the moon.
Introduction. Welcome to Who Knows Where. There are many planets for you to discover on the journey through your unknown fringes of the universe. You may explore them in any order you wish. For your first game, though, we recommend playing Winora. This is not to say that Winora is easy. It is not a tutorial. In truth, it is a harrowing death crucible of fungus and tentacles from which you are unlikely to emerge. However, the difficulty rating on the box was 1 square. So, 4.
Wow.
-6.
So,
That's the hardest.
it's not easy, but it is the easiest according to their square metric on the box. Because Winora is intended to be the first planet you play, some additional guiding language is included in this booklet, and on some survival task guides that will taper off on other planets, which assume an understanding of the basics. Do not let the absence of such language, such as steps 1 and 4 set up in this travelogue and other planets, to imply those things shouldn't be performed. However, we're not playing other planets, so that is fine.
Here we are.
Number 1, perform the standard setup instructions in the core framework rulebook.
Done.
Pow.
Shuffle and stack the hallucination cards face down in the areas designated for the planet-specific cards.
Hallucination.
Bam!
Hallucination cards.
So we might.
What do we take, DMT before we go exploring?
No, I think we're going to start doing a couple bumps of that powder that I was describing earlier.
Couple rails, are we?
Go
explore some stuff, man.
Yeah. Well, it did imply that we were going to go touch stuff by saying.
Who put all the skin on my arm?
Let's go touch stuff. Place the tentacle and cephalopod nest token in the area designated for planet-specific tokens. But bow! Far corner. Read the cover of this travelogue aloud. Did that.
Huh.
And then read card 1 of your chosen survival task. If this is your first time, we recommend doing survival task A. We did survival task A. You perform any special set of instructions on card 2. So we are flipping over. Boom! Card number 1. This is Winora survival task A. Early onset hangriness. Trauma of the wormhole event might be getting to us. The loss of most of the crew, critical damage to critical systems, and the really real reality that we're unlikely to ever see any of our loved ones again. It's the little things that add up. So we're shaken, our energy is low, and no one has really been eating. Which in some ways has worked to our advantage, as our food stores are lacking. We're not saying we recommend catastrophic management beyond the edge of existence as a diet plan, but we're not recommending it either. It's working for us so far, but soon the food thing is going to become a problem. Fortuitously, the long-range scanners uncovered this fungal jungle planet. Fungal jungle planet?
Fungal jungle.
It's a nice ring.
Fungal jungle planet. Absolutely seething with bizarre organisms. And, as scientists, there's one thing we know about organisms is that they're often tasty. Much terribleness has transpired, but none of us None of that can be undone. We still, through luck, fate, or providence, have the ship in each other, and that's going to have to be enough. And it will be enough. And if it's not, we have Luna. So we're set. Let's go get some grub. That's Luna, yeah. Little man.
I'm Luna.
Is it an android?
Yeah?
It's a,
Sure.
It's a robot.
It's a big ball. Big ball for Wiener Town. Where are we?
Wiener Town, yeah.
Okay.
Wiener-Ritaville.
Wasting away. Wiener Ritaville.
Configure the environment nodes with the scarab on one end of the map and one of the swampy quagmire nodes on the other end is shown. So this is the scarab. Environment nodes. Does anybody? Environment nodes.
We've had a lot of nodes.
And tokens and dice. And
Things.
The game doesn't do the best job with telling you what the...
This says environment.
Is that a node?
I don't.
yeah, I mean, what is a node?
Okay, yeah.
Something you harvest
I think
in New
you're
World.
right. So we might scooch this a little bit. Just a little bit that way. And then our play area will be as follows. You know where the swampy quagmire node is? Do you see that?
Swampy Quagmire node?
Swampy quagmire.
So swamping is confusing the hell out of me.
Swampy.
Oh, there it is.
Figure the environment nodes of the scarab on one end of the map, and one of the swampy quagmire nodes on the other end is shown. The second swampy quagmire node is not used.
Man, that looks like an awful place to be.
We are
It
in
is
way.
a swampy quagmire.
Huh.
Do not flip them up till you explore them. Except for that one.
Except for that one.
Yep, and this will go. And then this will be like this. Donk.
Oh, so we're trying to get to the swampy quagmire.
I guess so. I mean,
Wiggity. Oh, that's the wrong quagmire.
there we go. Oriented in the way that it is described. Place the crew, Luna and the explorers, on the Scarab.
They're on the scrubs.
Cool. Be sure to review the Winora travelogue. This, I believe, now that we have done everything, this will go into the discard.
Yay! First card to discard.
Completed one task. Toxic spores cover the surface of the planet. Your movements will agitate them, stirring up a nasty fungal cloud. When an explorer leaves a node, add a spore cloud, the black marker. Those, the cubes.
Oh.
The black cubes are called the black markers. Oh, really?
Huh. Let me write that down.
To the node they just left. When an explorer starts their turn, if there's a spore cloud on their node, they gain 1 distress. Which is indicated by the distress?
I'm distressed.
I'm distressed that I don't know what the distress is. Why don't they tell you? Where you see the distress mark. Okay, well, we'll add a distress when we find it. This means that if the orange and green explorers share a node and the orange explorer leaves, we don't have a green explorer. Yellow. Leaving a cloud of choking icks in your wake, at the start of the green explorer's turn, you would gain distress. There's no need to add more than one spore cloud to a node. Toxic spores are innumerable. Gaining insight on the planet will lead to comprehension, which in turn leads to scientific breakthroughs. Many of these will help you navigate or dissipate the spore cloud. Much of your success navigating Winora will revolve around how you adapt to the planet's spore-heavy environment. As you explore, you'll quickly come upon situations that have significant negative effects on you, unless you become a fungal host.
I do like hosting.
It's like where you ask other fungus over and have a party.
Yeah. In other words, integrating with the strange fungus of the world will open many helpful doors and close many damaging ones. To become a fungal host, you must possess a component that has that property, shown in a gold bar. Investigate, make discoveries, and earn breakthroughs to find ways to acquire properties like fungal hosts. Or if you can't beat them, hallucinations. Enough exposure to toxic spore clouds, and you begin to hallucinate. Yeah! The moment you have 2 distress, draw a hallucination card and place it next to your dashboard. It remains there until you have less than 2 distress. You only ever have 1 hallucination at a time, no matter how many additional distress points you accumulate. Each hallucination grants fungal hosts, as well as some other bizarre effects. Distress leading to hallucinations may seem like the type of thing to avoid, but as we've quickly learned in Unsettled, don't knock it until you've tried it. Sweet! Each playthrough of Unsettled will require a different strategy and approach. Resist conservative urges. This is a life or death. You're going to have to take some risks. Time is a resource. Use it wisely, but use it. Discoveries can be useful, but grinding them into a paste helps deal with a setback. But if grinding them into a paste helps deal with a setback, do it. Endlessly saving up resources to placate a desperate desire to maximize efficiency is a ticket to less fun and lower survival rates. Live boldly! The workshop, research hut, and laboratory are very useful. Spend time to construct them.
Play the game this way.
Final tip, do not forget to place a spore cloud when you leave a node. You want us to do that.
Yeah.
Alright. Survival task complete. We have a lot of narrative in card 1. Form the task specific setup of card 2. Review card 3. This is typically your first objective. Card 3. It's a fungal out there.
Yeah.
First impression, sticky. Follow-up impressions, about the same. We need to deploy our mobile science structures if there's going to be any hope of us doing anything at all efficiently down here. Construct the laboratory, research hut, and workshop on open build sites. When all 3 science structures have been built, advance. Cool. We need to. So those 3 little gears over there at the top of those, the blue, green, and red, are the corresponding science structures that we need to build. As we progress, we will flip over these nodes, and these nodes will potentially display what we're looking for, which is a build site. And then on that build site, we will be able to construct the thing.
And we have to find 3 build sites, right?
We have to find 3 build sites, yes. Survival test, multiple cards, advance the order, read aloud the narrative in card 1, do 3. After setup is complete, review each of your explorer's personality traits. My personality trait is Zealot. Zealot allows me to use the ability Traverse, which makes an explorer of my choice take a traverse action.
Nice. I am a skeptic. I don't know what this ability means, but it's got a blue square with a plus, a orange circle with a plus, and a green with a plus.
Uh-oh. Sick. Let's see it.
It says, a desire for security leads me to prioritize preparedness.
Oh, those are the basic resources, I believe.
Ooh, I like resources.
Yeah.
I am the optimist. I traverse, take an additional move action. I have ridiculous stamina.
Oh, okay.
Well, if that doesn't bring the ladies flocking.
Ridiculous.
That's neat.
I've been called that on many occasions.
Okay, does everybody understand the current survival task objective?
That we need to build these 3 things. Right?
Except for the whole distress thing. I mean, there's a symbol for distress, but I don't see what we're supposed to keep track of it on.
Is it one of those colored dice up there?
Well, it shows the DNA picture. The game will remove 1 distress.
Yeah, I just don't know where we track that.
Yeah. It's got the DNA plus and minus. And I don't see this anywhere at all.
Oh, I do. These red cards. They say distress on them and have a DNA.
Oh, okay. So then, yeah, it looks like we will take one of those cards.
And probably
Would
do
we-
what it says.
When we
Yeah.
just gets distressed. Okay. Oh, and it probably has a lasting effect if we can remove it. Okay.
That's sweet.
It's all coming together.
Everything is figured out. Nobody panic.
I
Just the
panicked a
difficulty
little.
option. The basic setup of the game designed to get you playing quickly for additional control. Set.
Get you playing quickly this game?
Only an hour. That's not bad.
Hey, I told you.
I'm not razzing it. I'm just saying. I'm
I
razzing on
told
the book. I'm razzing on the book.
For additional control, adjust the difficulty to fit your group's desired experience using the following adjustments during setup. It is recommended that you do not do this until you played a few times. It's comforting, less difficult thing. Same setup as harrowing, but also play with one of the scarab utilities, which we are not doing. It recommends us doing standard, harrowing, endurance. Each explorer starts with full endurance, which is this cube that we've got at the top of our little thing.
Clear cube.
Scarab, use the basic scarab, no ability, which we've got set up. And this is the scarab, and it's not flipped over, showing an ability. Focus. Each explorer sets their focus to the following quantities. So for 3 explorers, which is us, we're going to do one of the 2s, and then a single circle, and then a single circle.
Okay.
I don't think the color matters.
Oh.
But yeah, a 2 and a 1 and a 1.
Okay.
And then we'll get busy living.
All right.
Your goal is continued existence. You need to complete your survival test and get everyone back to the ship before your endurance runs out. You have 3 cubes that represent your focus. During your turn, you'll use them to activate action spaces while also moving around and programming Luna. On other people's turns, you may use many of your abilities to bolster or react to what they're doing. To survive long enough to complete your survival task, you're going to need to explore, gain new abilities, and build structures that unlock abilities, and so forth.
Okay.
As you explore, you'll reveal new environments, often some nasty, others beautiful, often both. All can be scanned and investigated to reveal sources and opportunities that you want to take advantage of. Along the way, you'll acquire discoveries and anomalies that you can leverage as your scientific understanding of the world increases. Gain comprehension, trigger scientific breakthroughs. You're a scientist, you're not a soldier. Science is what's going to keep you alive. With science or undiscovered planets doesn't always obey what you expect it to. Many actions will grant you insight, which you can apply to your current field of study. time, these insights, which is on this, will do things for you. Which will potentially provide you with new abilities and technologies and make you able to achieve the not dying weirdly goal.
Not dying weirdly?
Yeah.
Science the shit out of this.
Maintain group trust, be aware of personality traits, use time wisely. So this is all straightforward, but in reality, nothing involving human personalities in high-pressure situations is ever straightforward. If you're going to survive, you're going to need to work together, keep the group trust high, be sensitive to and leverage the unique personalities of your crew. Use time wisely. That's what it said in the fucking title. You can only endure so much. Not dying is hard work. If you run out of endurance, you probably don't live good. You and your team will increase in distress and be afflicted with strange new behaviors and conditions, and in time will simply be unable to go on. Support each other, mitigate your distress, and complete your task before your endurance collapses. And then the other one is complete your task, get out. Okay, so it says complete your task and then get out, but there's a paragraph. I'm not going to read the paragraph. Turn overview. On your turn, you will set your 3 focus to take actions. You'll move yourself and your adorable robot friend, and everyone, other explorers included, may use various free actions. Then you will gather your focus back up and your turn is over. Things to do on your turn. In any order you may. Set your focus, page 14 to 15. Move your explorer, page 20 to 21. Mandatory, you must set your focus. Optional, you can move. Program Luna to move and or scan, which is optional. Or take free actions. That's page 15. Regroup to end your turn. Your final action during your turn is to return all of your focus cubes from wherever you use them to a space near your dashboard. Be mindful to preserve the topmost face. Don't rotate them. Doing this signals the end of your turn. So we will be placing the focus cubes onto things to do. Like
okay.
And then once we are done, we will return them back here. We will not roll or manipulate them in any way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
And then gaining ability sounds like it'll augment what they do later. Acting on other explorers' turns. Using free actions on the other explorer's turn is a key part of Unsettled experience. This is actions that are free. Your breakthrough abilities can be used at any time as a free action. Each discovery you make can be consumed to trigger an effect as a free action. Always be on the lookout for opportunities to put these abilities to use. At some point in this rulebook, we're going to hit a point where all of this information comes together. Right now, nothing is making any sense.
I imagine when it comes to like the churn.
So our victory condition is we all survive. Our defeat is we all die. Our we kind of did it is if some of us make it. So that's like half a point. Right.
Susie will survive.
Game setup overview. This would have been helpful.
That would have been helpful like a while ago.
Yep. Game space overview, time and trust board. That's this one. This is where you track your group trust and time. When you consume an entire cycle of time, everyone loses 1 endurance. Sometimes trigger tokens are added to the timeline to mark when planet-specific events occur. Your survival task, your ultimate goal, is displayed below this board as 2 stacks of cards that you flip through like a book to complete your objective. Which are these. The moment board. Moment like this. As you investigate the planet, you will reveal opportunity cards, unique encounters that typically wield and yield wondrous discoveries. Opportunity cards and discovery tokens. These are opportunity cards, these are discovery tokens. Live on this board. The opportunity markers, colorful acrylic pucks, are placed on the map to indicate where those opportunities exist once they are revealed. And the white investigated chits are used to mark when a node has been investigated.
Okay.
Sick. Environment nodes. Wow.
Boom.
The map is comprised of these. Each represents a unique location and allows special actions to be taken and have special effects that do things to you. As mirrored figures from node to node, symbols on node edges indicate the effects that transpire. Play often starts with few or no nodes revealed, and they are revealed as you explore. We have one node revealed, which is the
Quagmire.
Swamp.
The swampy quagmire.
Scrappy Doomogger. Resource board. Pow! The resources are data, materials, and power. So data is the blue, materials is the green, and then power is those little circles. This board contains each resource supply and the actions used to gain each, and the shared storage of resources gained. Beneath this board are environment cards, which are the hallucinations, and then any unique card types associated with a current path or planet. So that was, breakthrough board, which is the other one in the corner there. This board holds all the things you can unlock or build to gain personal abilities, comprehension breakthroughs, one-time use abilities, anomalies, and group abilities, some facilities. It also stores any unique tokens from the planet you're exploring, Luna's current special ability, and unique distress cards the planet can inflict upon you. So Luna's ability is that little card that's on the tray there, and it does something.
Soothing robotic voice. An explorer on Luna's node.
-1 distress.
-1 distress. Alright.
So. Oh, okay. So right here on the left side of your card, you have a breakthrough spot, and then you have an anomaly spot.
Oh, so we do.
That's sick.
That's sick.
Personal action spaces. These 6 black and white squares with the little arrows in them are action spaces. Each turn you will place all 3 of your focus blocks onto action spaces, increasing or decreasing their value according to these little arrows. Action spaces are available all over, with many coming and going throughout the game, but these on your dashboard are always available to you, unless they get covered by a distress. Your personality tile covers and tweaks one of your 6 personal action spaces. Avatar. It has a picture of you. Endurance track. Circumcisions are constantly taking their toll.
They are.
As time ticks by, you will slowly, but not as slowly as you'd like, lose endurance.
I wouldn't recommend having more than one.
Yeah, right. I'll take
If your endurance marker reaches the pink bottom space of your endurance track, you become unconscious. As if everyone is unconscious, you lose. Breakthroughs, discoveries, and anomalies. Game as you play, these cards provide additional personal abilities, unlike your 6 focus actions. However, these can be used as free actions at any time during anyone's turn. Sick. Unique trait that impacts the effectiveness and style of your focus action spaces, which is a personality trait. Your trait title flips to affect different actions, demonstrating how each of us responds differently to perilous circumstances. Okay, so as the group trust changes, this will flip from the white side to the black side, and things will do things differently. That's what happens. No.
And where exactly do we put this card on our board?
Where it says.
Says to. Like mine says traverse, so I put it on the traverse.
Oh,
Thank you.
I have your eyes.
Then you would put it on the deal guys.
Insight and comprehension, which are these. So those are the comprehension tokens, those little circles there. They indicate whether we know that kind of comprehension or what. And then our insight thing will do this little doodle. Many actions affect many actions effects grant you insight. Moving your insight marker up its track. When it advances off the track, you gain comprehension and a breakthrough of whatever scientific scientific discipline you were pursuing and reset the marker to pursue a new discipline.
Okay.
Whatever you start the cube on, if you boot a loop, then you get that color and circle.
And you get a boodle.
You get a doodle. Unsettled is a puzzle, so blitz. This is a lot. This tells you what your mindset should be when playing the game. Which,
I'm in a dark place right now.
I just gotta say, I feel like the setup for this game is like bigger than Merchants and Marauders.
probably, yeah. I wasn't ready for that. Like I said, I had opened the box and I was like, ooh, pretty pieces, and then I put it back. And you're all like, let's play that one. And I was like, I don't know. It could be a lot.
It is, but you know what? We're all learning together.
Yeah, we are learning together. We're learning what time constraints look like. Okay, basic turnover view. Before diving into the details of exactly how everything works, fuck, I thought we did that already. Let's build a broad foundation of what a turn entails with high-level summaries. On your turn, you take actions by placing your focus cubes on action spaces, which are these.
Mm-hmm.
On your turn, you optionally may also move, activate Luna, and or take free actions. When you have no further actions you want to take, you retrieve your focus cubes to announce that your turn has concluded. You have 3 focus cubes. These things that look like dice, but here are called cubes because they aren't rolled. Fuck!
Not rolled.
They're not rolled!
Don't manipulate them in any way.
Each focus represents a different aspect of yourself, your awareness, wonder, and energy. The number of peeps, dots, currently upward represent how much of that you have to give. Is this color specific and I didn't notice? No. See, okay. You take an action by placing a focus key onto an action space, rotating it as you set it to increase or decrease it depending on the action space. Some action spaces have strict requirements for use. Some provide bonuses for using a certain focus type. Some are exceptionally weird. Just go with it. You're in the fringes of existence.
Just go with it. Yeah.
Okay. So these images that are there. So the lightning bolt is the red. The weird Tetris squares is the green, and then the spooky eyeball is the blue. So what it indicates on those is, so if I were to use theorize, I would need to pip down, is what they call it, the blue. So I would take it from this one, and then put it at the null.
Okay. So it goes like 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
The blue is 4.
No, I don't know what that is. We haven't gotten to that. So if you have 1 circle, that is 1. And if you have 2 circles, that is 2. That's how you count.
Huh.
So if my green cube is 2, is that okay?
Yeah, it didn't say.
Because I just wanted to pick one that was different.
Yeah, it said have 1 at 2 and then 2 at 1, and it didn't specify which ones to do, and it didn't say anything about it at all. Actually. That color would be indicative of anything, so I figured it didn't matter, but it actually technically does.
Okay.
However, when we retrieve them, we return these to the value. It doesn't say that we have to specifically maintain that. So if you have 2 on your red right now, and then you play,
Change it to blue.
yeah, you could change the 2 to the blue or something like that, I think.
After it's been used.
Yes, once you reset it, that means it's the end of your
Okay.
turn. Each turn you must place all 3 cubes, 2 you may place on any available actions you qualify for, while 1 must be placed on the rest action on your dashboard.
So you're allowed to do 2 things, but you have to rest 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Here, to gather strange group, and state strange group, you would pip down. Rotating towards yourself is indicated by the small arrow on the action space. The cube would rotate from 2 energy, showing on the top of the cube, to 1. Like that. Okay. You are represented in the environment by your Explorer miniature. During your turn, you may, if you wish, move 1 node by picking up your miniature and placing it onto an adjacent node. If there are environment cards remaining in the draw pile near the resource board, you may explore off edge of a node into an empty space, drawing and revealing a new node and expanding the map. There are sometimes symbols on node edges representing what you encounter when you travel. When your movement takes you across these symbols, you resolve them immediately. You could gain insight, or the way may cause you to consume extra time. Many planets will have their own unique node edge symbols for you to consider. So the hourglass is time, I guess. This is trust or something.
Yeah, that's the same symbol.
And then the support one shows trust up and whatever.
Distress down.
Yep.
Yep.
And then the number of chevrons on the square show what looks like how many pips it takes for you to be able to achieve whatever. So these ones that show a little chevron down, that means that you go pip down in order to do that. And then if it has an up, that pips it up.
I see. So rest and recover.
Yeah. So rest one. Okay, so resting a die is how you actually get the pips back.
Or recovering a die on meeting 3, right?
Yes.
So after I use this die, it's going to be on the null, and then I'll have to rest it my next turn if I want to use it again.
Yeah. It looks like.
Okay.
So in order to traverse, you would need to spend red points. In order to investigate, you need to spend green points. In order to theorize, you need to spend blue points. To support, you can spend any, because there's nothing indicating what value you need to spend. And then to recover and rest, that's how you regain the circle points. Everything is making sense now! We are finally almost to the point where we can play. Oh.
That was me. Sorry.
Oh my god. So we can program Luna to move or scan. You may have Luna, your royal robot helper, impossible best friend, perform several actions during your turn. She may move 1 node and or reveal resources on her current node. Moving with Luna is a great way to scout out the environment by revealing new nodes.
Oh my god, stop it.
I love that song.
That's my jam.
So it doesn't say if we flip them when we move them, but it does say that like Luna scouts the environment by revealing new nodes. She does not resolve any node edge symbols or suffer any strange effects from nodes that affect explorers. Once per turn, Luna may scan her current node for a type of resource, data, or materials that isn't currently revealed there. To do this, you roll a discovery die. Which are these?
Whoa.
Pretty.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Those are D8s.
Mm-hmm. Add the resulting amount of that resource onto the node. Many other actions involve Luna. The analyze data action gains some available data from Luna's node. Many breakthrough abilities involve her. Some opportunity and survival task action spaces require her to be present. Basically, she's the best. Take free actions. At any time, regardless of whose turn it is, you may perform various free actions listed to the right. Which is on the rule book, right? And it's probably on the reference card.
Yeah, it is.
Cool.
Free actions.
Yep. Free actions interrupt anything else that's happening and are a great way to react to things on the fly. Most important of these is to understand when you first start playing are using breakthrough abilities, consuming discoveries, and using abilities granted by scientific structures. These abilities that unlock as you play greatly enable you to navigate the environment, face down challenges, and work together to achieve your goals. The rest of them you can probably just ignore until they come up. Regroup, focus to end your turn. Once you're done doing all the doings that you wish to do, signal your turn is over by retrieving your focus cues. Set them somewhere near your dashboard, being careful not to rotate them.
Because you don't want to lose your place.
Yeah.
Got it.
The free actions are listed.
Yep.
During your turn, other explorers may perform free actions. Using their abilities allows them to assist you or whether the impact of anything terrible you happen to trigger. Whether or not your explorers perform free actions on your turn is their choice. They may offer to help. You may request their help, but you cannot announce that you are using their abilities. They have agency over doing things. It's up to them to decide whether or not they think it's a good idea for them to spend resources or to use their own unique abilities to help you. Being active on other explorers' turns is the heart of the game. To survive, you need to gain abilities quickly and then always be on the lookout for opportunities to use them to assist others and combine abilities to achieve your goals. Explorers not looking to assist each other stand a poor chance of survival.
Okay.
Free actions, which are use a scientific breakthrough ability, consume a discovery, exchange discoveries in inventory, forfeit an opportunity, use a science structure ability, alter your scientific pursuit, cope with distress, meet a card's conditions and resolve its effect, or contribute to an objective.
There were more that you just read off than we have listed here.
No. There's 2 columns.
Yeah, just the ones we need the resource things for. We need the buildings to do these ones.
I thought you read something about recovering or dealing with stress.
Coping with distress.
I don't see that on there.
Fuck!
It's no big deal. I'll likely forget it.
This is just a list of some.
Oh.
That's a weird one to not put on there because it looks like it doesn't require anything, so you don't have to reveal any cards to be able to do it. And it says if you have distress on your dashboard, you may manage that distress by moving it to another action space, except for rest, and then decreasing a focus by 1. So if you have a distress covering like your investigate slot, on somebody else's turn, you can choose to move it to, say, support, and then you can decrease one of your die by 1. But the fact that it doesn't tell you that on the reference card is kind of weird. There is a lot. He hasn't told us to start playing yet either. You take actions by setting your focus cubes in action spaces. We've heard that a few times. You have 3 types of focus. You have awareness, wonder, and energy. Awareness is the eye, wonder is the square, Tetris squares, and energy is the lightning bolt. 4 of the cube faces form a sequence as the cube rotates 3, 2, 1 in time. And the face of the cube that is oriented upwards is how much of that focus type you have available. The 2 axis faces have no function beyond indicating that cube's type. So these little lightning bolts and stuff like that, they don't do anything. They don't mean anything. They just tell you what the dice is. During your turn, you must set all 3 focus, one of which must be set on your rest action. Action spaces may increase, decrease, or have no impact on the focus when you take that action. This is indicated by the up or down arrows on the action space, or lack thereof. Focus cubes are designed to function with a simple forward or backward rotation so that explorers avoid wasting time by searching for icons. Increasing focus, pip up. Turn the cube away from yourself so that the amount of pip stops on the upward face increases. Decreasing focus, pip down. Once the focus cube is set, we figured that out now. It remains there until your turn is ended, and then you remove them all without rotating. You may use your 3 focus in whatever order you wish, splitting their use between other activities as you see fit. And the only requirement is that 1 rest. When you set your wonder, then you move. Decrease focus, consuming time. Over the course of several turns, your focus will erode. You may continue taking actions, but the exertion necessary for you to maintain focus consumes extra time. Choosing when to overexert yourself is an important and necessary calculation. If you are required to decrease a focus cube, and the time symbol is oriented upward, you instead advance the time marker 1 space for each focus required. Yep. So if that is the face-up symbol on the die, and you put it in the thing that requires its expenditure, you will move that token up 1. Or 2, if there are 2 arrows. Okay. Effects that increase, decrease focus. Increase is the up arrow, decrease is down arrow. End of turn, regrouping focus. If no effects are triggered by your regrouping, your turn is now over. So regrouping is basically taking them off here and then just putting them back there without rotating them. Focus actions. You may place your focus on any available action space for which you qualify. Action spaces can be found on the dashboard, the various sideboards, opportunities, environment notes, survival tests, and more. Whether you qualify to use an action space is situational to each space. This section will help you understand action space basics. If you're having trouble with specific action space, refer to the section on that card type in the action space entry in the advanced directions section of the rulebook.
Yay!
Directly beneath action space is the tile of the action you perform when using that space. These are the primary narrative in nature. Okay, so those will be revealed eventually. Right now there aren't any present, but it could be anything that's on the environment cards or anything that gets revealed through the opportunity cards or anything like that throughout the gameplay. Number of arrows indicates how much focus is increased or decreased in taking that action. Bonus for focus types. Some actions grant bonuses if you use a specific type of focus with taking an action. These actions have nested symbols beneath the action space. So the theorized thing says another player gains 1 insight. This would also, you would decrease the focus you set here by 1. If awareness is set, which is the blue one, advance one space on the insight track, which is this. So if you were to theorize with your blue die, this would go down one. However, you would gain one insight, and then somebody else would also gain one insight. So that's cool.
Just like if you used the green one here, you would get an insight. And
Yep. If you use the red one there, you would get an insight.
Okay.
Yep. But these are also going to be symbols that appear on various hallucination, environment, opportunity cards,
Right.
and potentially various other things that will pop up throughout the gameplay. Neat. Cost, requirements, and outcomes. Some actions have explorer count, Luna, or comprehension requirements. Comprehensions are those circles that you're looking at currently, the little white ones there.
Yes.
So if you need to have like one green comprehension to be able to do something, you need to have upped your insight in green enough to have attained a comprehension to be able to perform that action. Some actions must be performed at specific locations or locations on which a specific structure has been built. These typically are shown by an arrow pointing to an image of the location or the structure. My dashboard. All right. Need to keep going, or are we able to go?
I think we could try going.
All right.
Does it like tell us how to go, or
Yes. And that's this page. I don't have to read it.
that is probably the thickest instruction manual I've ever seen
I've seen much thicker, but
for a board game?
oh yeah. There's a lot to this one, but no, like I've got a game that has a rule book like that, but like each one describes like specific scenario setups and stuff like that too. But like, yeah, no, big games. So the theorize action, decrease your focus if you decrease the focus of your setting by one. Another explorer advances one on their insight track. If you set your awareness focus, you also advance one on your insight track. Investigate action, decrease the focus of your setting by one. Reveal an opportunity on your current node, which are these. Bonus, if you set your wonder advance one on the insight track, cannot be performed if your current node already contains an investigated token. Which is this. Traverse, decrease the focus of your setting by one, take an additional move action following all the regular movement rules. If an effect or ability has increased your movement, the traverse action is similarly affected. You may carry another explorer using this action. If you do, only you, the active explorer, resolve the node edge symbols. Support action, decrease the focus you are setting by one. Remove one distress from another local explorer, so they must be on the same node as you. You may not support yourself. That explorer decides which distress to remove. Decrease group trust. That's strange. Cannot be used on explorers who do not have a distress. Recover action. Increase the focus you are setting by 3. Increase group trust. This action is rest action. Required every turn. Increase the focus you are setting by 1. Advance the time marker by 1. When you gain breakthroughs and discoveries, store them to the left of your dashboard. Avatar inventory. Some effects will place items in your inventory, which is here in this little blank spot. Until reference by 9 in the space is not used. Insight track. Advance your track up. Scientific comprehension. When you gain comprehension, place it here. Endurance. Once this runs out, you go unconscious. If everybody's unconscious, you get lost. When you suffer an effect with this icon, you lose 1 endurance, which is the E down. It says, if your endurance marker moves onto the bottom, pink space of the track, you become unconscious. You may not perform any additional actions. You must dramatically knock your miniature onto its side. If another explorer is unconscious, you may exchange discoveries and inventory with them, giving and or taking if you are a local. Carry them using the traverse action. Use breakthroughs and other effects on them. Sometimes requires hilariously creative narrative justification. Abilities that place them onto different nodes are particularly useful. Count them as present for survival task actions. Again, lean into hilarious narrative. And then save their life by getting them to the ship before you collapse, thus winning the game. You may not utilize their comprehension, breakthroughs, or anything they would need to initiate.
Okay.
Trait tiles, high trust example. So the active side of the trait, determined by the current state of the group trust, affects how you handle some specific actions. So the current revealed trust is the one that we are currently on. So currently it is white. We have the white side of our thing revealed. If this moves, if we decrease group trust, then we reveal the black side. Weird. This support action decreases focus by 1. No trust example. Theorize action decreases focus by 1. Another explorer gives 1 insight. You perform this action with your awareness, you also gain 1 insight. If alters, when trust is low, you theorize action requires no change of focus and all stuff. How traits manifest the group. Which side of the tile is face up is determined by the position of the group trust marker. When the group trust marker moves between high and low, all explorers flip their tiles to the appropriate side. When group trust is high, all explorers' traded tiles have the high trust side, white, facing up. When it's low, they have the black side facing up. Yeah? When you gain distress, you put it on a space. Distress negate your traits the same way your regular action spaces. Insight. Insight. You passive insight icon. Focus action that grants insight. Use all things. You advance off the top of the track, gain a comprehension and breakthrough matching the cube's upward face. So the cube's face doesn't matter until you get to this one. And then when you move up one more, whatever face is facing up is the color of the thing that you gain.
Okay.
And like the game's rules said earlier, as a free action on somebody else's turn, you can choose to change the face of that die. Then you need to announce it or something else.
Is that altering scientific pursuit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says you must return the cube to the bottom of the track. Would you do that?
Oh. Okay, so whatever scientific pursuit you start on, you must either complete that or reset it.
So the colors at the start does matter, right?
Yes. And it's good that we all have decided to do things like different. Comprehensions, breakthroughs, movement. Your base movement is 1. Each in-play environment card is a node. Moving from your node onto an adjacent node consumes 1 movement. All right. Should we do a quick break and then?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. And I think we're ready for the play.
All right, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick 10-minute break. Should I put the We'll Be Right Back screen up?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Come back with a few minutes, and we'll actually play the game.
Took us a minute, but
Hey, it's the owners watching. Yay!
Yay!
All right, break screen. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for sticking with us. And we're going to begin our gameplay of this massive, awesome board game called
Unsettled.
I'm unsettled about that.
All right, I'm going first.
All right, I think you deserve to go first after all that reading.
So I will move to this environment node, and then I reveal it. And then this node does stuff. Electromagnetic polyphore maze. When entering, if you possess rare polymers, you gain 2 power. I don't have rare polymers, so I don't gain 2 power.
And it's not a build site, right?
Right. So I'm going to rest green. Do that. And then investigate.
So you're resting, theorizing, and investigating.
I think so. I think that's what I want to do.
Now, is this the point where any of us would like do free actions to help you?
Yes, if you have available free actions that you believe you should do.
Which I probably don't have any, but...
Probably not right off the rip. So I'm going to theorize. Jake, you gain 1 insight, and then since I used the blue die, I'm going to gain 1 insight as well. This is going to pip down to that. Pursue an opportunity on my node. There are no opportunities on my node that I believe I can pursue. Breakthroughs, comprehension, breakthrough board structure, distress environment movement, map exploration, opportunities, moments board, revealing opportunities, reveal them, use the investigate action will let a node that has not already been investigated. So it can do that. So we will put the investigation token there, and then we will reveal an opportunity. You can counter to reveal an opportunity. Take the investigation action on your dashboard. Place an investigative token on your node. Place an available moment marker onto your node.
And that signifies what?
So that indicates that that's the available opportunity. So I believe I flip that like that. And then this is indicating that this is the active one.
Right. And it stays like that until someone uses it or uses an ability to change it?
Yes, I believe so. Place an available moment marker. Reveal the top card of the opportunity stack associated with the marker you just placed by flipping the card face up. Read the opportunity narrative aloud, and then resolve any other effects in the left column. Explain the action available. Anytime a component is pictured with a dotted outline, find and place it there immediately. This opportunity now exists in the moment. Any explorer on the node with the associated moment marker may act on the opportunity on their turn.
Does that mean you could put one of your dies on that? Is that what that square is for?
Yes. Okay, so that probably means that I don't want to do that.
Wouldn't it be like only people that go after you could use that opportunity?
Opportunities remain in the moment until they are completed or forfeited. Any explorer on the same node as a moment marker has access to the associated opportunity and perform its focus action on their turn. It is possible for there to be 2 active opportunities at a time. Occasionally you may find yourself you do not wish to pursue an active opportunity. As a free action, you may choose to forfeit an opportunity, remove the card, replace the moment marker. You may not forfeit an opportunity that has someone's focus set on it. Focus always remains until regrouped at the end of turn. You may not forfeit an engaged opportunity. Some cards engage you, locking you into it until it's resolved. Then you have to complete that. Okay, so this is so breathtaking bloom. A mountainous fungal flora explodes from the soil. It blooms with light. The color so profound the world goes still. Then it violently furls into a gnarled mess of wilted, dripping remains. Beneath the carnage lays a fist-sized seed, hypnotically wrapped in strange black smoke. The action you can take is reverently pick up smoke seed. And then what happens when you do that is immediately each local explorer gains one thing.
Insight?
No, it's just an up arrow. So I think you gain one focus on any of your focus set.
Nice.
Cool.
Now, would you get another insight, or you have to use the green one on that one to get that insight?
I would have to use the green one
Okay.
to get the insight.
Okay.
Not.
Just okay.
And I rested the green one. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum.
Okay.
Is that it?
Yep, I returned that to my thing. I guess I. Alright. Jake, you back.
Okay.
Yay, Drake.
So now I'm gonna have to go through yours to get to another one.
Mm-hmm. In order to enter it, you will advance that by one as well. Yep. In order to enter it, you will have to advance it by one. You cannot go diagonal.
Right.
So it has to happen.
Yeah.
So it has to happen. Now, do I place my focus first or after I move?
Move, then set focus.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and move into here. And then I'll set focus. Okay, so this is going to pip this up. This is going to pip this down. And both of those are in, so I get 2 insight. This is going to be in my rest one.
So you can't investigate a node that's already been investigated.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Thank you for saying that. So I will rest this one and theorize. I will have.
Does that mean you still moved your insight too?
Yeah, because I used the blue one for the theorize. So yeah.
Gotcha.
So Kyle, why don't you go ahead and gain an insight?
Yay.
And then I get to take an extra movement, an additional movement. And since there's no time thing going this way, I can go this way without causing any more time, correct?
Yep.
All right. Cooking with gas now. Oh boy. Bleeding Cathcris Grove. When entering, if you don't possess fungal host, you gain a distress. Awesome. Oh, okay. And I entered from this way, so
That's me.
I'm sorry. I thought it was yellow. So I came from this way, so does that indicate I got an insight? Or is that just when you leave?
Number 8. I turn your base over as 1. Adjacent nodes are showing an edge of the current node, and movement is optional. You may take your move action at any point in your turn, but your movement may not be split. Your movement ends immediately, and any unspent movement is lost. If you reveal a new node, movement ends immediately, and any unspent movement is lost. If you reveal a new node or take a focus action, your movement passes over any node edge symbols, and/or you enter a node with a when entering effect. Resolve those immediately.
Okay. So it doesn't say.
Since it wasn't revealed, and you entered it, when you entered it, I'm going to say no.
Okay.
But now if somebody else
But
did
now someone...
that it's revealed...
Or like when I go that way, then I'll get the one on that side. Okay. All right, so I got an infected one, and it doesn't say where to place it, so I just picked one.
Yeah, you get to pick one.
And then if you have 2 or more, you have to do a hallucination card, which is awesome. So this got rested.
And that red one goes down 1.
It went up 1.
Oh, it went up 1. That's sick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You need to move 2 spaces and you can... Oh, what?
Right? What?
And you gain 2 insight off of doing that.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I'm done.
All right. Can someone explain to me what the 2 orange circles at the bottom of that card
Those
mean?
are energy.
And if we have 2 energy, that does
No.
what? No.
If you have... when that card's revealed, if you have the thing on that golden bar, base polymers, then we would have gained 2 energy. Since we didn't have those, we didn't have that, like, banner, we don't gain that, and we never will.
Okay.
Or when entering, if you possess it. So, like, if you have that and then you enter that space. Okay, so it's not, I'm just revealing.
Okay. I don't know if what I'm doing is good or not, but I'm going to... Well, please, Jake, can you move me to where yellow is?
And then our time
This is time move.
moves.
Okay. And then I'm going to put 1. So this was 2. Putting it on 1 on the skeptic. Can I place...
Up 1.
Why is it another?
Because when he rested.
Oh, when you rest...
I rested, so it went up 1. And
Okay.
then you moved into a space that required time, so that went up 1. And then you rested, so it went up 1.
Uh-huh.
And then you're going to have to rest, so it's going to go up 1. And you went up 1.
Because you have to rest every
Yeah.
time.
So that's my rest. That's your move into rest, and then that's your rest. So then you moving into the space to put it there.
Okay.
Because that would have been 1 from my turn.
And then rest from your turn.
So that's 1, and then 2 from Jake's turn, and then 1 from your turn currently. Then it's going to be 1 more.
So can I place this green die on the opportunity one?
You have 2?
Oh, it takes 2?
Well, it takes 2, so
Oh.
you can. You don't need to have 2, but what happens is it will take time if you do it. So you're gonna move the die down 2, and since you have it at 1 right now, you're gonna move it down to this, which is the time icon, and then once it goes down from the time icon, it just stays the time icon, but then the time thing moves up 1.
Okay.
So you can do it,
No, I'm not.
but it'll add to the time. The game suggests that you should take risks and do things as quickly as possible, so even advancing the time 1 might be fine. Once time has gone, it gives everybody -1 endurance.
And then it just starts over and goes
Yeah,
down
and then
again.
it starts over again, and then we can just continue to lose endurance that way. So,
But can you regain endurance? Or no?
Probably from some of these cards, I imagine.
probably, yeah, from some of these cards, I imagine.
Well said.
Yeah. Or maybe not. Who knows?
Or no. You're screwed.
Either way, like, time is a resource, and if you want to utilize it, yes, we would lose an endurance, but you would reset it, and you would also get to do the butt-sucking bloom.
All
right.
The guy with the thing.
Let's do it.
Well, hold on. I don't know what those symbols do.
Because, I mean, investigating right now is pointless, isn't it?
Yeah.
And moving, I mean, I could move to another node, like maybe over here. That wouldn't take time.
Can you move another one?
Actually,
Okay, so let's do your first one first. So
Yeah.
you put the blue one down,
Yep.
and then you did what?
Well, I'm trying to, which resource do we want the most?
At this point, we don't know what any of them do or have any use for them directly. So I guess we could look at that. No indication. Just pick one.
Have fun with it.
All right. Let's go with green.
Boom.
And then you gain an insight. Did you do that? Cool. And then that one, like I said, if you want to fucking do it, just fucking do it.
Yeah, why not? So that'll go down to time.
Yep. So we'll put it on the time thing there.
And then this one needs to go on rest, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So did you move that up one pip?
This one, yes.
Yep. And then anybody on this gains a focus.
Mm.
So you get to move one of your dice up one.
Can it be the green one?
It can be, yep. And then if your turn is done, you get to recollect all your die.
Okay. I think that's done.
Cool. And then since you rested, this will reset. Everybody will drop one endurance.
So we've only got like 5 rounds at the most to get to the.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Got it. The droid. Can we move the droid as a free action, or do we have to use that as our move? I thought I remember reading something.
Yeah, you can use it as a free action. Or no, it's a main action. Move Luna up to her limit, which is base 1.
Oh, so we just do it on our turn. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to move Luna? We'll say yes.
We'll say yes.
And then my turn. So
Go this way.
what?
If you go this way, it doesn't take any time.
But I don't get any insight.
Oh.
Oh, we found a build site.
Oh, yay!
I feel validated.
Yes! Victory!
When do we get that bonus? Next turn?
Hmm?
From the opportunity card? Do we get that now?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Because I
We
took the
already did that.
time for the cost.
So you gain an insight as well. Wait,
Doesn't everybody else get an insight?
no.
Oh, I thought
We got a focus, which is
Oh,
one of the pips
okay.
on the cube. All right, so do that. Rest that. Traverse. Investigate. I'll move down one. Put this here. Boop. So traverse, I'm gonna make you move 1, so you gain an insight.
Yeah.
This moves up to 2. And then I gain an insight for using green on the investigate. And then we're gonna flip this opportunity. Pecan! Skittish Pazibidished.
I'll read it.
Fine!
Skittish Pentapod. A scampering in the undergrowth draws your attention to a wildly cautious 5-legged creature. Why 5? The frailty of its build is impossible within known signs. The slightest move to approach results in the creature's immediate and frantic retreat. Immediately, each local explorer without a fungal host places themselves on an adjacent node.
Okay.
We gotta move.
Yep. Place that face up there.
I don't. Is there any? How's that an opportunity?
Because you can do this to it's tricky acquisition. So like you can play that, wait for 3, and then you gain this token, and then you get 2 insight.
Ah. Okay. What does the token do? Like bonus points?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, he reached down and grabbed that little dooflinger, didn't he?
Yep. And
So-
that's why you got an insight.
Oh, but I don't get the token?
It doesn't say.
Okay.
Maybe. Let's see. Opportunities.
Opportunity is knocking.
I wonder what that was.
So an action available. Anytime a component is pictured with the outline kind of place and they immediately. This opportunity only exists in the moment and explore the mode marker. Yeah, it literally doesn't say.
Okay, I mean, we can leave it there. Oh, man.
Yeah. Well, it says put it on the thing, and then it doesn't say what to do with it ever.
Huh.
Maybe it does eventually, and I just don't know. But it's not right where it should be. Alright. So we both get moved to adjacent spots.
Does it advance the time?
If you go that way, it doesn't.
I'll go that way.
I'll go this way. It does advance the time.
Hey, but a build site.
Yeah. It'll go up 1. And then it'll go up 1 more. This nice.
Somebody want to flip that card? Yeah. Come on, other build site.
When you enter possessing a fungal host,
Nope.
We add a resource, but we don't have
add a
that.
resource. Yeah.
Neat. And I believe that's your turn.
Okay.
Is that me now?
Now it's me now. You did it.
No.
You just win. No, wait. You just win.
Yeah, he just went because you.
I haven't spent any focus.
Oh yeah, you moved and then.
Moved because
you just got done going.
moved because of the opportunity card.
Yeah.
So I just finished. Yeah.
Yeah.
You go ahead.
Jake.
Like, wait a minute.
I got confused because you read the opportunity card.
Oh. my
Yeah,
bad.
you threw him off.
It's my fault.
All right, so I'm gonna move my one this way, and I get an insight. So is that when I get to the top, or do I need one more to gain one?
When you go off the track,
Okay.
you need one more.
All right. So I'll put Optimist here. And anything to do that right now.
How do we get to be a fungal host again?
We have to either get the anomaly or the opportunity or the breakthrough that would grant that to us.
Okay. We're just not advanced enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna investigate on this one. So that'd be from this pile, correct?
Yep.
Screaming glow frogs.
Ah.
Before you sit, dozens of small amphibious creatures, half submerged in a colorful pool. That's not a full sentence. They are perfectly still, perfectly silent. They stare, unblinking. Then the scream begins. I can grab a hold of a specimen, and
You would gain 1 insight.
gain 1 insight, and then immediately each explorer on that gains 2 focus.
That happens
when that
right
happens.
now.
Oh, that happens now.
That happens now. So any explorer on that tile gains 2 focus.
Okay.
Wow.
Wait.
I didn't put these up.
Thanks, Jake.
Down. Okay, so now I get 2 focus. So I will pick that one back up. I'm guessing I can't go above 3. Alright. Okay, so I did that and I investigated. And since I investigated with that, I get my thing. So I get one of these.
A comprehension?
Yes. And then I'm gonna change that to there. I'm using my traverse one. I read for traverse, so it'll give me another insight. So now I've got my last move. Why am I tipped over?
I didn't do it.
You died.
No, I didn't tip over.
That's right, you're supposed to do it in dramatic fashion.
Is there something right there?
That is an insight, I think.
Okay. So I will get one more insight. Now, I have one of these fellas, and I'm on a build site, so next round I should be able to, with the passage of time, build the research center with my focus. Sound right to you?
Yes.
Phew. We're getting there.
And the research center, does that generate us blue tokens?
It'll show us what it does when we flip it.
I'd say I have
okay.
no idea what it does,
Okay.
Yes.
but I was told to do it, so I'm doing it. And on my mode or on my turn, I want to move Luna.
No. No, I'm just playing. You should do that.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Down there and discover that one.
Do we want to do that, or we want to go that way? What do you think?
Ho frogs. Yeah.
That's your
Since,
call.
since we're all this together, what now?
It's your call.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
well, we'll go ahead and go this way. Can she get insight?
Yeah. No. She doesn't get. She doesn't do
The
any of
build
the.
site!
Oh, good call.
She doesn't do any of the movement things. So like if you're none of these transpire for Luna.
Oh, okay.
Question. Now that we have discovered all 3 build sites, is there an incentive to go into these undiscovered places?
Yes, because we also have to like get to the end or something like that.
Yeah.
We'll find out because there's more that we have to do because this doesn't just win us the game. So we'll want to do the buildings and then that fun stuff.
So if we, my last thing here is scan Luna's node, reveal data or materials.
I think I forgot to move Luna last time. I have no recollection of doing that.
We did it right at the end of your turn.
Okay.
node. Luna can scan her node for a resource type not currently revealed on the node, either data or materials. Choose one of the 2 scannable resources and roll the corresponding 8-sided die. So, if you want data, you roll that one, and if you want materials, you roll the other
I
one.
guess we'll just do data. 2.
Place the resulting amount of that resource from the supply directly onto the node.
Oh, onto. Oh,
Yep, point.
So if someone goes there, they can pick it up.
pick those up.
They have been identified and available, but need to be gathered using the analyze data or unearth materials actions.
Okay.
Page 26. Luna may, however, scan for materials if there's only data present, and vice versa. She can't scan for a resource type that is already available. Each resource is gained in a slightly different way utilized on the focus action spaces on the resource board. Okay, so in order to pick it up, you have to move one of your focus die to that spot.
To generate it.
Yeah. And then you'll take it and put it in the thing.
So you generated this one a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
I
did it with
I
his
did
thing.
last turn with a special ability.
So we have to use Luna to generate resources onto nodes, and
Have we not been doing that?
we haven't been doing that because we haven't known about it, and now that we know about it, we can keep doing it. But it's also like, yeah. So then we have to go to the node to pick it up by using the board, and then they do stuff eventually.
Would it be like wrong
they're-
for us to roll the resources on the ones that we added?
Yeah, we can
Discover?
do that. We can just say that.
I mean, she was only on the other one.
Yeah, so we put 3 on there. We'll just say we did that. That's it.
There. Now we're not handicapping ourselves.
A little bit.
I have a question. Since I got this thing, do I also get a card that corresponds with that?
A breakthrough card?
Comprehension leads to breakthroughs. Yes. When you gain comprehension, you also gain a breakthrough card of the same scientific discipline.
Get Luna's encyclopedic evaluation.
An explorer on Luna's node gains 2 insight.
Okay.
So that's dope. You get to do that as an action.
Live it
So
once per
basically,
turn.
whenever Luna is on somebody's node, you can declare as a free action to give them 2 insight.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Nice breakthrough, Jake.
Nice breakthrough. Good job.
Good job.
Okay.
Alright, your turn.
Take your dice off your card.
Oh! Gotcha.
It signifies that you are complete.
Right.
I will pull. Wait. Oh, first is move, right?
Mhm.
What you guys think? Me go here? I don't even. Yeah, I lose 1 time for moving,
Yep.
but we want to.
You're gonna lose time anyway.
Yeah. You want to do stuff. Alternately, you can go back here, gain an insight, and then collect this thing, potentially, but you'd lose a time that way too. So maybe not. And then what does that do? It says, if you possess fungal hosts, you may soak up energy. Yeah, so getting fungal hosts seems like it's a thing we need to do. Did you move that up one already?
Once.
Alright, cool.
All right. So we don't have any orange resources yet, right?
Correct.
Let's get one of those.
Bump it up. That's a power.
I have the power. Let's see here. Okay. I'm going to move.
Use the bathroom real quick, but there is that rule book there in case you need to write.
Yeah. Like I'm not just gonna wait for you to get back. All right. I'm gonna use that to move, and then I'll put green on rest. So, I get 1 insight from putting orange on traverse here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to send me to comprehension. So I got an orange breakthrough card.
And an orange token over there.
Right. Do I read this orange one now?
I guess.
Attempt long-range node swap. Roll the blue data die to determine your range. You may swap places with Luna if she's within that range once per turn.
Okay. So, okay. So if she's within range, you can swap with her. That's interesting.
Yeah, it is. Because, like, if someone wanted to, like, instantly move and start harvesting those blue resources or something, like...
Mm-hmm.
And now this comes back around to the bottom here, yeah?
Right, and that's when you can switch your discipline if you want.
I mean, if we all just kept the same discipline, would that make sense?
I changed. Just
What'd you change to?
I changed to a green.
Green? Alright, I'm gonna go blue then.
You got a comprehension that.
Yeah, it's roll the blue data die to determine your range. You may swap places with Luna if she's within range. That's limit once per turn. Now, does that mean they can only happen on my turn? Other people can do it, or
You can do that as a free action.
okay, nice. All right, and I'm going to move one here over here and gain an insight. It's a build site. Viscous egg pools.
Sure you will.
All right, so
Sure
if it was like this, that means it would go like that. All right. And that's all there is to that card.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Move Luna. I think you should move Luna to my space.
here.
Yes. And then you can generate either one of these.
Let's go with blue because there's 3 green on the board. 1.
Put 1 blue cube on the thing. And then you can use your free action to give me 2 insight with Luna.
Oh yeah.
Do that.
All right. Go ahead.
Oh, so close to comprehending. I think that's it for my turn, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. And I move the die 1 for resting.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna TRS. I don't want. Gain an insight. I will.
What color did you have?
Green. I probably should have had those corresponding. Didn't know at the time. Ingest pearlescent slurry. An explorer currently within 1 node may ignore time symbols on node edges for the remainder of this turn.
Wow.
So that costs 1 material. And then if you are going to transfer, like if you're going to move a space, I can.
Does this cost an orange?
Yes.
Mine would cost a blue then. Which we had one.
Yeah. We.
Yeah, no, we did, because I...
Yep.
We're good.
Oh, puppy! 6. So this is actually not that bad now that we're going. Can I? No, I got the circle already. Duh.
Gosh.
Cool. And now that I have a green, I'm gonna spend 1 green on that to build a laboratory.
Nice.
Okay, since I have engineering present, it doesn't cost a time requirement. And we built the laboratory. And then, if you're in the laboratory space, you get -1 material to gain a focus. So I'm gonna do my rest one. I'm gonna do that. So can you move one of those into that? I'm gonna flip that up 1. Boink. And then I'm gonna reset all of these. Well, no, my turn is not done yet. Bear. I will then put materials onto this space. So can you put 3 materials onto that space? Then I'll move Luna. And then what was the okay, that's my turn.
Okie dokie.
Yeah. What in the world?
We got a lot going on there.
Yeah, we gotta build stuff. We gotta, you know, I can explore. What you want? I can knock out like 2 spaces next turn.
So moist. This guy here. Get down. Build this guy.
Go.
Okay.
And then you got the red circle, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can build that on your turn.
It takes one of these.
It doesn't take one, but if you have one, it doesn't cost a time requirement. Otherwise, you can build it, but it costs 1 time.
So rest this one. That one here. Get it inside. And that goes right here. Another build site. We only got so many. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to scan Luna, have Luna scan her thing. 1. It says apply data. It says anywhere. I don't know what that anywhere means.
What do you mean?
It says anywhere.
Research shot. Applied data. So you can do this applied data ability anywhere. And for 1 blue cube, you gain 1 insight.
Okay. So I could use the blue cube I just generated.
Yeah, you put it in the. Yep.
To gain another insight.
Yep.
And a breakthrough.
Breakthrough.
Green?
Green this time. Drink reeking sludge. Either you gain 3 focus, or another local explorer gains 2 insight. with a cost of green. And then the other thing I haven't done yet is move Luna, which I guess I'll just take it with me.
So when I've been using this every turn, there's nothing to indicate that I would gain insight on it, right? Okay.
Nope.
Did you say it was my turn?
Yeah, but my rest would take the time, and then we would have to
Yep.
decrease it.
Oh my god, I can't believe you did that!
Wasting time.
Oh, and yeah.
This is gonna be on that.
Okay. How does one go about building a facility there?
So you have to use one die to do that.
Okay. Any one die?
Yep. And then
Where do I put it? Over here?
Yep. And then you put that token on there.
This one here.
Yep. With that side facing up.
Workshop. Propel Luna from anywhere. I don't know what that means. Like, you can move her anywhere?
Yep. So
For an
Luna
orange.
moves one space for a power. So if you want Luna to move 2 spaces, you can move Luna 2 spaces for a power. So right now you can move her 1 space for free, and then with her power, move her an additional 1 space.
Now, because I wanted to stay and like build that, I don't get my 1 move action, right?
No, you do, because you can move.
Right, but I gotta put
Then
it
you
on
can
traverse.
use it. Yeah.
Okay, well I'm gonna do that and gain insight. And let's see. We're gonna gain a resource here. Which one do you guys think we need the most?
Materials is the one that's giving us the bigger benefits right now.
Yeah, I think so.
Is that the green one?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is just one?
Yes, just one. Okay, and I will move to here. Not moving time. Alright, we have a Myxogastria ball pit. When entering, if you possess rare polymers, you get 2 orange. Is that a breakthrough rare polymers? Like,
Yeah, there's a card that'll have that as a banner. I don't know what it is.
okay. Oh shoot. You know what? I don't think I could do that because I have to rest one, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then this is going to go
On the rest.
rest. And this will not flip over and I'll be back here.
Well, now we know what it is.
Oh, game over. Alright.
My turn.
Yeah. Oh wait, I gotta move Luna. You wanna move over here?
Okay.
Find respite.
Respite.
It's respite.
No respite. Respite.
Does she generate any resources?
I think you got to scan for.
Do I just roll one of those or?
Yep.
Like, oh. Let's go with.
Materials.
Yeah, I agree. 1.
Yeah, hit them 3s like I've been doing.
Oh man. I'm not very good with Luna. I like how they're like little geodes. And symmetrical.
I think that's sweet. Alright. My turn?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I won't know that until you remove your cubes. Alright.
We got all of our facilities built. What's the next step?
What does it say? Construct laboratory, research hut, and workshop on open build sites. When all 3 science structures have been built, advance. So massive embryonic sac is spawned in a nearby swamp. Which, you know, good for it. Help yourself, sac. Except now it's churning out crawly tentacled creatures. We're not sure we like that. However, Luna determines that the tiny tentacled creatures feed on toxic protozoans within the spore clouds, which is great because those are becoming a problem. Also, the tentacles are very, very sticky, which seems pretty on brand for the place. Place the cephalopod token on the swampy quagmire node, then stack all 11 tentacle tokens in a grotesque heap on top. So if you take that big doodle,
What?
the big
This?
doodle, yeah, put it on the swampy quagmire.
The one where we're going, the quagmire.
And the end one. No,
Closer to you.
underneath the mic stand.
There we go.
Oh, I didn't even realize that was part of the board.
It's the swampy quagmire that is the part of the board.
And then put all the, in a grotesque fashion.
Black.
That is grotesque.
Cool. Bow! And number 5. Tiny tentacles feed on spore clouds. We would like there to be less spore clouds so our suit's filtration systems don't fail. It's a good thing we're scientists and connect these dots. When an explorer leaves the node adjacent to the cephalopod nest, by any means, a tiny tentacle sticks to them. Place a tiny tentacle in their inventory. When an explorer with a tiny tentacle enters a node with a spore cloud, oh shit.
We were supposed to be dropping spore clouds every time we
Oh
moved.
yeah!
Every
This is
time we
very
moved.
important you do this. It mentioned it like 3 times.
Because then when we walked through the spore clouds, we were supposed to... I knew something was happening because our endurance wasn't going down very much.
What do you mean? It's going down with time.
Oh, there you go.
What did the black cubes do to you now?
Black cubes. When an explorer leaves a node at a spore cloud, when an explorer starts their turn, if there's a spore cloud on their node, they gain 1 distress.
Oh,
I would say, yeah, we're not using enough distresses. Because I only got 1.
I don't have any.
Yeah.
It's a lot to remember.
It's a lot to remember.
There's
It's
a shit ton of rules to this game.
It's a lot.
We'll start now.
Okay.
Okay. When an explorer with a tiny tentacle enters a node of the spore cloud, they gain distress as normal. Then the tiny tentacle consumes the spore cloud. Replace the black spore cloud marker with a tiny tentacle token.
Identical token.
Tiny tentacle token. Place the removed spore cloud marker onto a box on this card. Spore clouds cannot spawn on nodes containing a tiny tentacle token. It must deliver tiny tentacle tokens to 4 spore clouds to consume them. When consumed, move the spore cloud markers here. Dope, 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 dope.
Well,
Shit. Give me a distress. Spurs.
I'm distressed.
1 gained. Oh, beer. We all lose 2 focus.
2 focus. Oh no.
The moment you have 2 or more distress, draw a hallucination card. You get 1 infected. Dope. Dope. You're blue?
blue.
I'm gonna do this. And move one. This is gonna recover, so I'm gonna get 3 on that. And then this is gonna rest, so I'm gonna get 1 on that. And then that. I'm gonna move you 1 space to the tile right next to the thing. Doink.
Looks familiar.
Yes.
I've been here before.
So if you could put a black cube on the space that I'm in and the space that you're in.
Nope.
There you go. Yes, do that. And then you gain a tiny tentacle token because you're adjacent to the tiny tentacle token generator. I couldn't think of a T word for that. Tiny tentacle token tangle.
Oh, does that mean the black spore cloud goes away?
That's what that implies.
Mm-hmm.
Do I just keep this here?
Nope, you put the tiny tentacle token there,
On the space.
and then you put the black cube onto the card in one of the cube spaces. Delicious.
So just because I was right here next to this guy, we got one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So do I need to stay here?
No, because that's where it starts now.
Oh, and it'll just keep moving out from there.
Right.
Let me see what this says.
When we move away from the
Explorer
tentacles.
leaves the node adjacent to the cephalopod nest, so you don't gain 1. So this doesn't happen yet.
Oh, because you have to move away from
You have
it.
to leave that, and then you'll get a tiny tentacle token, and then you can do the tiny tentacle thing.
9 o'clock. Leave it for next week?
It's up to you all. Would you like to continue a little bit longer, or would you like to not continue at all?
Those are the 2 options.
Or would you like to leave it until next week?
We could leave it till next week. I mean, because we don't know what's going on other areas. But now we're all set up. Now we're going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now next time we could groove onto it.
Your game is definitely safe here.
Yeah, no. I figured it is. Boink.
Entrance.
In trance.
Oh, entangle. Entangle. Remove all distress.
Entangle.
All right.
All right, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to, what do you call it? Pause the action here for next week. We're going to leave the game and come back to it.
It's my turn first next week, remember.
It's Jake's turn.
No, it's actually my turn.
I thought you just finished.
I'm just
Oh.
Don't do that to me.
So thank you for joining us tonight. Be with us next week at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday. And we look forward to seeing you then.
Oh, wait. I could have done eat the slurry. Blip. Now we don't lose the time.
Eat the slurry.
Yep. Ingest pearlescent slurry.
Mmm. Delicious.